All right, my new favorite sponsor on the Eric Zane Show podcast, Factor Meals. These folks got it right. Nutritious, complete, lower-calorie meals, taste outstanding, and you don't have to do all the food prep work. Prepping food is a full-time job. It gets to a point where it's just not sustainable to make all of that food, put it into the containers. It takes a lot of time. And as I talked about before, if only there was a company that put together delicious, nutritious, fantastic meals, all different types of meals for you to choose from, and they package them all for you. Well, enter Factor. Oh my gosh. Absolute game changer when it comes to eating appropriately. You know, you might spend a lot of time making a great meal for you and your family. All right, one meal. It's consistency. Consistency is the key to wellness. If you're the type of person who's looking to lose a little weight, but do it the right way by eating appropriately, getting the necessary exercise and things like that, Factor is awesome because it's such a time saver. You simply grab the meals out of the fridge and off you go. You can pack them for lunch. You can have them for breakfast. You can have them for dinner. It can be on the go. Whatever you need, Factor has you covered. Get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in just 2 minutes. You pop them in the microwave if you want. No prep, no mess. And here's how you take advantage. Go to factormeals.com/Zane50. Use code Zane50 to get 50% off. That's code Zane50 at factormeals.com/Zane50 to get 50% off. Hello. Welcome in. The Eric Zane Show podcast has begun. A daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. So glad you are here from the Impact Power Sports studio. Impact Power Sports, they sell fun stuff. You know, ATVs, UTVs, golf carts, motorcycles. All right. Three puppy couch on the Lions couch. Darla licking Bruce's ears. That might lead to me yelling at her. Relax. It's not the end of the world. Hold on a second. Hey, seriously, stop. As some of you already know, when she starts licking his ears, he gets all turned on, and then the next thing you know, we have a horrible incident happening. It's happened before. Last thing you want is dog 69. Good God. Kelly Stafford, the wife of future Hall of Famer Matthew Stafford, the quarterback for the Rams, is not happy. She has a podcast. Everybody has a damn podcast. And she's like, yeah, we've got a problem. I'm upset. No, knock it off. I'm not kidding you. Look at that, look at me. She's just side-eyeing me. Holy shit. This is not good. I apologize. Best laid plans. I start the show. She starts licking Bruce's ears. Okay, I think she's settling down. Okay, that's good. All right. Tyler writes, she's never happy. Talk about her behavior when she was in Detroit. She was always, she wasn't on the level of annoying when it comes to family members of NFL players as like Brittany Mahomes. She wasn't like at that level. But she's been kind of just like, I don't know. Not sure about Kelly Stafford. Well, the Staffords, I mean, not only is Matthew Stafford quite a good quarterback, the couple they're quite skilled at having children. They have 4 very young kids. And for the game at Ford Field, at some point, Kelly Stafford is on the field, walking on the field. Now, let me just say this. To watch your husband play, you don't need to walk on the field. It's not like you have to walk on the field to get to where you're going to watch the game. She knows full well how she's going to be received when she walks onto the field. She's going to be booed. Her husband was booed. Why wouldn't she be booed? Of course, that's the fun of the game. Here comes, this guy used to be on our side. I mean, what did you expect? Honestly. So I'm not buying all this drama that you brought on yourself. You don't have to walk on the field with your kids. Now, if it's just her walking on the field, that's one thing. But she's walking on the field with her 4 kids. And I don't know if I said daughters, but I think some of them are sons. I don't know. She's got 4 kids. And they're booing her. And she's so thick-skulled. She's like, oh, they can't possibly be booing me. They're booing my kids. She turns around on her podcast and says, they're booing my kids. Kenny says, I feel this is appropriate. The drop we should be playing is, I don't listen to women yelling. I tell them to shut up. That was a great drop, to be sure. Maybe she does have 4 girls. She's pissed off. According to the article I'm looking at, she and her 4 children, Tyler 3, Hunter 5, Sawyer and Chandler were booed on the sideline. Yeah, I don't think Tyler and Hunter are girls. Maybe they are. I don't know. Hunter started crying on the field, Kelly Stafford said 6 minutes into Monday's episode of her podcast, The Morning After. She says, and listen, this is not everybody. This is the fans that are the loudest, she said. But I will say one thing. We're not playing the game. My girls, maybe they are all girls. My girls and I are not playing the game. Wait a minute. She's got a girl named Hunter and a girl named Tyler. What are the other ones' names? John and Frank? Yeah, let's call the girl Hunter. What an asshole. My girls and I are not playing the game. I know my girls are not getting booed. Wait a minute. I thought you said they were booed. The wife of NFL player Matthew Stafford says that she and her 4 children were booed. All right. My girls are not getting booed. I am, and I can handle it. But when I have my girls next to me, there's something to be said of like, maybe not. Well, maybe you shouldn't have wandered out into the lion's den knowing that you would be the target with your children. Most parents have foresight. They know when there's going to be something that's happening that the children aren't going to be able to process. They don't get it. They don't understand. You're the one who led them out there. If the Lions fans are booing, and they're booing you, obviously she knows that. You can't turn around and say, they booed my kids. First of all, you can't do that, which you did. Second of all, what do you expect? According to Sports Illustrated, Kelly Stafford posted an Instagram story after the game that said, it's sports. The city wants to win. Everything is fair game, except the fans who booed my children. Okay. If you admit that you know they're booing you, you then cannot say publicly that they booed your children. The only way, if you are out there with your girls and you're hearing boos, obviously they're booing you. Unless they go, boo, Hunter! Boo, Tyler! Boo, twin Sawyer and Chandler, age 6. Okay? So don't turn around and say, oh my God, the bully my children. You asshole. Chris says time to throw some D-cell batteries. Yeah, I don't think you want to throw D-cell batteries at people, especially children. Linda says Stafford wanted a boy and is obviously compensating with those names. This is when Stafford came onto the field. Sounds good. Normal. Kelly is suggesting that that's what they did to her children. Nobody booed your children. Okay? Knock that shit off. Quit making things up. Kelly Stafford said on her podcast Monday that Hunter was in tears. She said she took the opportunity as a teaching moment for her kids. She said she explained to her kids, they are not booing you, they are booing mommy. Well, you know it. Okay, if you explained it to the kids that they're not booing you, they're booing me, you obviously admitted that you know. Well, then you can't say that they were booing your kids ever in any forum. That's not fair to the fucking fans. Not that they care. Who gives a shit? Kelly Stafford's mad at us. Who gives a fuck? Most people would understand. Most people wouldn't wander out onto the field knowing that they're a target for the fans and then bring their kids along, you idiot. The fans are very passionate and excited about this game. They want their Lions to win. She said she told her daughters, we're on the other team. We're going to move on because there's also fans in there that are cheering, that are saying thank you. No, they weren't. But we're not hearing that over the louder ones. Yeah, it's just easier as a parent to not have to explain that shit. I mean, all that pain in the ass talking you got to do to your kids to explain that shit. She's there on the field crying. They don't give a fuck. They're not listening to you, you idiot. Like the kid's going to go, oh, okay, I get it now, Mom. Oh, that's right. They're booing you. Kid's not going to see it that way, no matter what you say. Kelly Stafford said that after she explained this to her kids, one of her 6-year-old twins immediately cut to the chase. Sawyer looked at me and she said, but we're not playing the sport. Yeah. When I was a parent of young children, I would just avoid shit that draws conversations like that. If you have young kids, your job as a parent. Child's born. Take the picture of mom and baby after she's cleaned up and put her makeup on, probably a couple days later when she's feeling better. Make your big announcement. And then no one sees or hears from that child for about 18 years. You don't go to restaurants. You don't go out. You just keep them in the house. And you know my stance on schools nowadays. Don't send your kids to school anymore. Teach them at home. You get the one announcement, 18 years later, graduation from homeschool. Don't be dragging them around on the turf of the football stadium where there's ravenous fan base hasn't had anything positive happen in the last 300 years or whatever the fuck it is. And here you are, pain in the ass wife of the quarterback who asked for a trade to leave the organization. And you're wondering, oh my God, I can't believe, why would they boo my children? And then you know full well they weren't booing your children. You're talking out of both sides of your mouth, you asshole. Sawyer looked at me and she goes, but we're not playing the sport. You see, if she were being honest with the kid, she would give all of the backstory. She would say, well, these crazy fans have been upset for years because the team has sucked. And Daddy contributed to that. Daddy was a great quarterback at times for the team, but when it ever mattered, he sucked. Okay? And then he was frustrated because the team sucked so bad and he asked to leave. So they sent us to another team and Daddy did very well, and that made these fans even more angry. All the while, Mommy was being a pain in the ass publicly. Okay? Mommy's got a big fat fucking mouth. Not as big as Brittany Mahomes, but still. Mom's kind of an asshole and says whatever the fuck she wants. So, all right, no big deal. And now here we are back to the team that Daddy quit because he's a shithead loser. And the fans are having fun booing me and Daddy. You have nothing to do with this, but since I'm standing next to you and I'm oblivious to the fact that taking children out in front of Lions fans on the day of the big game on the field is a stupid thing, I'm not going to pay attention to that because I want people to know that I'm here. That's what's going on. That's your teachable moment, Kelly Stafford, you dick. What an asshole. Who the fuck puts their kids out in front of fans like that? Chris says, I saw someone on Facebook comparing Lions fans to Philly fans because they booed Matthew Stafford. Those people also called Matthew Stafford a Detroit legend. Okay. He's very good. He's still very good. But let's not get crazy. You know, the only players who can be called legend are, Brady, Joe Montana, Drew Brees. Maybe Drew Brees. Maybe not Drew Brees. There's only Manning. That's a legend. Kenny writes, go spend your husband's millions and shush. Linda refers to her as an attention whore. Corey calls her a dumb hoe. A lot of very sexist comments going on. Stevie says, I'll boo them damn kids all day long. Let's see. More comments. If I kept my kid in the house for 18 years, the kid would be a socially impaired loser. Chris, Amanda says, if they're Stafford's kids, they zoned out after the first sentence of that explanation. Paul Forster says, this is the best thing I've heard about the Stafford drama. All too true. Cole says, no chance her kid said that. She's a liar and asshole of the day. Corey says, Philly fans eat horse shit. Never forget. Paul Forster says, Calvin Johnson is the main reason Stafford was considered awesome for the Lions. By the way, if there's any parent who uses terms like teachable moment, I'm not. It was a teachable moment for my child. I had to explain to them that Daddy plays for the other team and they're booing me, not them. And then they said, yeah, but we don't play the game. Now, what she should have said is she should have like hit him and said, dumb fuck, I just told you. They're not bullying you. They're bullying me because I'm a dumb bitch. All right, now I'm using sexist comments. Who gives a fuck? It's Kelly Stafford. I'm a dumb bitch. And I decided I'd make you out of a football heel. Asshole. The fuck is wrong with you? Don't put your kids in the crosshairs. It's not their fucking fault. You're an idiot. Linda says with her privilege, she has no right to bitch about anything. Corey says those kids are going to grow up to be as bitchy and stupid as she is. Tyler says, ugh, coworkers started bugging me, so I missed this whole story. Well, it's a good one. Go back. Ashley writes, Mrs. Stafford has big feelings. Linda says she knew exactly what she was doing. She asked for it. All right. Wanted to start with Matthew Stafford's wife. And if you remember after the game, someone said, how do you feel right now for the Lions fans? I'm happy for the players. So he's mad at 65,000 people. You asshole. I was the biggest Stafford fan in the world. I loved Matthew Stafford. Okay? But this makes me not like him. All of this. Like even on the field, how he was, there was like a big ass late hit on him. I'm not the guy that was like, get him. In fact, during the game, I had no problem with Matthew Stafford. It's after the game that I have a problem with Matthew Stafford. All right. Drama in the Eric Zane Show podcast household. Well, it's not really in the household. One of the members of the household did something that is like dollar signs lit up in my eyes when I was told what happened. I was like, I cannot wait to tell this story. Pooh Bear is working at the YMCA. It's time for Pooh Bear to come home. She calls me. Well, first, I had a conversation with her as she's walking out the door. And then, like a handful of minutes later, she calls me back. And she says, I have something to tell you. And it just happened. And I just have to. I can't wait the 5 minutes it takes to get home to tell you. I have to tell you now. I go, okay. She says, I went out to the parking lot to leave. And then by the time I got out there, I realized I had to go tinkle. And it wouldn't be a good idea to drive home without going tinkle. I needed to go that bad. And I didn't want to pee my pants. I said, okay. Turns around, walks back into the facility. And then she says this. And then I don't know what I was thinking, but I walked right into the men's locker room, turned the corner, and I actually saw a 100% naked man and his penis. And then she says she screamed and scared the shit out of the guy. She described it as where he was standing, the floor was wet. And she knew that because when she screamed, the guy kind of slipped and started to lose his balance. She scared the shit out of him. This nude dude, dick goes flopping. It's just, she's ran out as fast as she got. Well, she didn't go in there fast. She thought she was going into the women's. She walked into the men's. And she screamed, and as she's walking out, she hears, "What the fuck?" And I go, Jesus. I go, "You're going to get fucking fired." She goes, "I'm not going to get fired." My God. There's someone on here that's posting pictures of Putin. I don't know, is that John Lennon? And Shrek. Corey responded with, "Fuck you." Kenny says, "Why is this fucker allowed to continue to scroll the chat?" All right. I'll get him out of here. I just noticed it. Yeah, you're fucking up my story, you dick. I don't like people putting attention on them. Eyes on EZ always. All right. See you around, buddy. So Pooh Bear saw fresh penis. That's the end of that. I said to her, I go, "I hope you don't get in trouble." She goes, "I'm not going to get in trouble." I go, "I hope not. I mean, Jesus Christ." Holy fuck. All right. Thank you so much for enjoying the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube. It's always fun to get started with the story of Diana seeing fresh penis and about how Kelly Stafford is stupid. But there's plenty more where that came from. If you want the rest of the show, download the Twitch app and search Eric Zane Live. It's that simple. Follow the page. Subscribe to the page. If you're at a laptop or a desktop, go to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Don't forget, the audio podcast is available wherever you download shows. This becomes the audio podcast. Whether you listen to it or not, if you could, head over to Apple Podcasts or any podcasting platform and subscribe to the show. I get internet points when you do that, and I appreciate it. Also, I have a Patreon. The Patreon is one of the most important things we do. More coming up after this about what I have coming up tonight on Patreon. Actually, I'll just mention it now. It is another edition of Who Are These Free Beers? Ben Glaze and I will be reviewing recent episodes of the world-famous Free Beer and Hot Wing Show. We'll also do the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast after, and you can sign up for my Patreon for free. 7 days. It's a 7-day free trial. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Sign up for 7 days free, and then when that expires, I will charge you. You have to put in a payment option. But you can also cancel it during those 7 days, and you still get the 7 days. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Facebook and Twitch brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. X brought to you by Blue Frost IT. The open and live stream of the show brought to you by my Vouch store. Vouch.store/Eric Zane. Great products for sale. 3 currently, more coming. The Camp Craft cocktails. You can buy any one of these to make some delicious mixed drinks. So each jar of fruit, you add the alcohol to it. The fruit infuses the booze, and you have a delicious alcohol product to mix into your favorite mixer. Each of these jars makes 16 drinks. 8, and then you put more booze in it, 8 more. Here's your selections: the gin bundle, classic cocktails bundle, the rum bundle, the old fashioned or sangria camp craft cocktails. Small businesses selling their wares on my vouch store. Also, Split Rock coffee. By the whole bean, by the roast. Try it once. You will be back. I have tried the coffee myself, and it's absolutely outstanding. I also use the full-size toothbrush. This is the toothbrush. It is made differently. It's much larger, and there's a reason for that. According to the description, with over 4,000 soft double-layer ultra-fine bristles and an 8-degree curved head, our full-size toothbrush hugs the curves of your mouth, cleans with half the effort, and penetrates between your teeth, leaving them cleaner and whiter. The hygienic cover keeps your bristles in shape and protects your brush from germs at home. And while traveling, the suction cup hanger attaches 2 mirrors to keep it in sight and out of harm's way. $8 for a toothbrush. Head to my vouch store to buy some or all of these products. Vouch.store/Eric Zane. Once again, that's vouch.store/Eric Zane. Thank you very much. While I'm at it, the open and live stream also brought to you by Tag Accounting. Get your taxes done perfectly. Get more money back, less stress. Gone are the days of you spending an entire weekend number crunching, second guessing yourself. Anxiety is high, wondering if you're doing it right. Oh my God. Even worse, TurboTax. I just looked to our pal Nick, the electrician, who says, yeah, I'm still trying to sort out that catastrophe from last year. Half of my shit didn't even get uploaded the way it was supposed to be uploaded. It's a damn scam. Troy at tagcpa.net can help you. Call him at 616-301-9516. That is 616-301-9516 for Tag Accounting. Doesn't matter where you are in the U.S., get your taxes done by Troy. It'll cost you in the neighborhood of $100 to get your taxes done, and you will get more money back than you've ever gotten before, or pay less than you've ever paid before, thanks to Tag Accounting. And literally, you don't have to do anything other than get your documents, get them to him, and that's it. You don't do shit. Gone is the stress. That's his job. Online at tagcpa.net. The Grand Rapids Gold are in action on February 2nd and the 3rd, and I want to see you there at the Grand Rapids Gold game. I think I'm wrong on that. That is the 7th and the 8th that they are back in action. 7 is a Wednesday, 8 is a Thursday. GrandRapidsGold.com for tickets. Buy them in advance. $2 beers, $2 dogs on Thursdays and Fridays. A great time. The crowds are getting bigger and bigger, and people are having more and more fun. I'm just loving basketball at Van Andel Arena. Hang out with your family, with your friends, for just $12 a ticket for the Grand Rapids Gold. Thank you so much for sponsoring the show. And then, also another sponsor that you can take advantage of no matter where you are in the U.S., the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. 231-332-6505. Interest rates going down. It's time to think about that mortgage. No matter where you are in the U.S., whether it's your first mortgage, whether it's your 10th, whether you're getting money out of your home to pay for something expensive, 231-332-6505 for the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. And, not all mortgage professionals are created equal. A lot of mortgage people, they want the big ticket mortgage. All right. Mario is constantly encouraging folks who have never done this before, never had a first mortgage, to reach out to him. And he realizes that these are people who are probably going to be buying a house that is a starter home, things like that. Maybe they're first. Doesn't matter to him because he's in it for the long haul, and he wants to make sure that you do get into that home because he knows that the first-time home buyer will then be the second-time home buyer. And that improves his chances for longevity with customers who are repeat customers. I am. You should be too. 231-332-6505 for the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Ashley says, is Ben Glaze working on the Big Fraud Zane show today? Yes, of course. That's my man. Linda says, my toothbrush arrives on Monday. Let me know how it goes. Corey says, posted a link in the Discord in the announcements channel. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're talking about the vouch store? Thank you, if that's the case. Either way, thank you for running the Discord. All right. Off and running on a Thursday. We've already talked about Kelly Stafford being an asshole. Diana seeing fresh dick. Let's move on. Interesting sports moment. Robert Kraft is the guy who owns the New England Patriots. He's a dude during Super Bowl weekend. He got the hand job at the Asian spa. Remember that whole human trafficking thing? Somehow he paid his way out of it. He, Bill Belichick out. He's got a new coach. Gerard Mayo is his name. Press conference introducing Gerard Mayo. Kraft mentions Gerard's brother and fucks up the guy's name.
Sherman.
Okay. Kraft sees it and goes, Shermer. And Gerard says, no, man, Shamar.
Sherman. I'll get it right. Get it right. Well, we'll have to.
No, it's all right. It's one of those black names. I'll help you with that.
Oh my God.
Well, Stacy told me he was an
Exactly.
expert.
Exactly.
Stacy told me you were an expert.
He goes right by the book here.
Boy, if I'm Kraft, I don't do press conferences. I mean, this is like a Joe Biden level of ineptitude here.
What?
Shamar.
Shamar.
I'll get it right. Get it right.
Well, we'll have to.
No, it's all right. It's one of those black names. I'll help you with that.
That's fantastic. I love that. Corey says Kraft paid for 100% of the Patriot Stadium himself. Why can't others do that? Yeah, exactly. If you got a guy who pays for the stadium himself, he's allowed to get hand jobs. I just found out that Pauly Shore is in a film. It's a short. It's not like a big fucking deal. He's in a movie, a biopic on the life of Richard Simmons. I had no idea that Pauly Shore resembled Richard Simmons so much. Amanda writes, I heard about this. I won't spoil it. Why did you write anything? Why don't you just sit there and enjoy what I'm talking about instead of announcing that you've heard about this? You could easily just sit there. Who cares that you heard about it? If you hadn't wrote, I heard about this, you wouldn't have to write, I won't spoil it. Amanda, I need to give you another pep talk. Okay. Shut the fuck up. She writes, because if you don't know the spoiler part, I'm going to say it at the end. Now, when you look at these two pictures here, the one on the left is Richard Simmons. The one on the right is Pauly Shore. But at first I thought that the one on the left was Pauly Shore made up to look like Richard Simmons. And the one on the right is also Pauly Shore. They're like fucking identical. Except Richard's smiling with, it looks to be some type of jizz on his lips. Pauly doesn't have that. Pauly does look a little bit more haggard than Richard, but I think Pauly is considerably younger than Richard Simmons, I think. Richard is not a fan of the film. He says, "Hi, everybody. You may have heard they may be doing a movie about me with Pauly Shore. I have never given my permission for this movie, so don't believe everything you read." Read a post on Simmons' verified Facebook page. "I no longer have a manager and I no longer have a publicist. I just try to live a quiet life and be peaceful. Thank you for all your love and support, Richard." Shore announced the project Wednesday morning, though he did not claim that Simmons was involved. The Wolper, I think that's how I say it. I guess it could be Volper, but I believe it's Wolper organization, is backing the film. Shore has already shot the short film called Court Jester, which will debut in Park City, Utah during Sundance, though it is not part of the Sundance Film Festival. The filmmakers responded to Simmons' concerns in a statement of their own Wednesday. "While we would love to have him involved, we respect his desire to privacy and plan to produce a movie that honors him, celebrates him, and tells a dramatic story," said the Wolper organization in a statement. Boy, do we really need to have a movie about Richard Simmons? I mean, we know he is deeply private and we would never want to invade that. Well, but that's bullshit. We know he's deeply private and we would never want to invade that. If you're making a movie about him, you are invading his privacy. However, he is an amazing person that changed millions of people's lives, and the effect he has had on the world needs to be recognized. Yeah, that's bullshit. That's Hollywood talk for. We're trying to make it seem like this isn't a money grab by throwing this type of language out in a statement that we're doing this to be nice guys. The guy already told you he doesn't want you to make a fucking movie about him, yet you go ahead and make a fucking movie about him. Mark Wolper of the Wolper organization said in an earlier statement, the goal of the biopic was something heartfelt with the tone of Little Miss Sunshine. Yeah, whatever. Project came together after a viral meme noting the physical resemblance between Shore and Simmons. So this was like a while ago that somebody said, "Oh my God, look at Pauly Shore, looks just like Richard Simmons." That's how it all got started. That's kind of like the premise of that fucking Rocky movie where, like, you know, Rocky's running the restaurant and then, like, SportsCenter does a video game simulation or some shit between 97-year-old Rocky Balboa and some young guy. And then because of the video game comparison, people start talking about it. Next thing you know, "Hey, yo, I did it. I beat him up. Oh, hey, yo." Stupid. "I just ate some ice cream and made me stronger." Pauly says, "I've noticed all the reactions to me playing Richard Simmons in a new biopic," he wrote in September. "I heard he's living deep in Big Bear. We've been playing phone tag." Yes, he still has a phone. "I'm trying to make it happen for you guys. Be optimistic." Pauly's like, I got to be optimistic too because I want to work. Earlier on Wednesday, Shore said in a statement announcing the project, Simmons represented mental health getting people in shape and being his authentic silly self body. That's my Pauly Shore. Whenever he was on TV, you could never take your eyes off of him, and he brought such joy to his appearances that represented nothing but a good time. Boy, I just get the impression that Pauly Shore and then the Wolpers are just trying to make this sound as positive as possible to make it seem like it's not like a fucking money grab. No matter what you say, Richard Simmons does not want you making a movie about him. So what do? You make a movie about him. I guess today he was on the Today Show, Richard was. And I can guarantee you it's because of this. I haven't seen it, but this story was dated January 17th. And Richard must have enough pull that he reaches out to Savannah Guthrie and says, look, I want to be on to tell my side. Richard literally just checked out and does not want to be in front of anyone. Amanda says, shut up, you're not my dad. LOL. No, I've actually got more pull than your dad. Okay? I can shut you down quick as shit. And then she announces, there's the spoiler. You know what? It's a real good idea here. I think I am going to shut her. I think Amanda needs a lesson from your old pal EZ. Why don't you sit a few plays out? Enjoy that, you fucking jerk. There you go. How's that taste? Eat that steel. Anyway, this is a trailer from the movie. Now, okay, in this still here, Pauly Shore looks like Pauly Shore wearing a bad wig. It's okay. In this picture where Pauly Shore is just Pauly Shore next to Richard Simmons, Pauly Shore looks closer to Richard Simmons in this pic than he does in that. Here, he just looks like haggard, beat up Pauly Shore wearing a goddamn Ronald McDonald wig. Looks like fuck. All right, this is an ad that I don't want you to see. There we go.
What's my first rule? Like yourself.
Right, this is fucking up bad. What's
Your
my
work doesn't
first
matter.
rule? That's all we hear.
If you like yourself,
Pauly.
you're gonna be fine. But I've been where you are right now. And where I'm right now is I just love myself. Every part of myself. And I think I can show you how to get here.
Please welcome Richard.
All right, I think this is like a low budget short. And I'm just going to guess here that the plot is Richard is about to go on this TV scene. And this guy who's working behind the scenes, everybody bullies him. And Richard is going to pump some life into him by making him feel good. And that's about all I can assume from seeing this. Like this guy, look, he's all depressed and sad. He's he's one of the behind the scenes guys before Richard goes on TV.
First rule. Like yourself. Your weight doesn't matter. If you like
Your weight doesn't matter.
yourself, you're gonna be fine.
Now, that's kind of true. I mean, your weight does matter. I mean, if I weigh 900 pounds and I like myself, I'm still not going to be fine. So that's bullshit. Your weight does, in fact, matter.
But I've been where you are right now. And where I'm right now is I just love myself. Every part of myself. And I think I can show you how to get here.
All right. So that's nice, but quit lying to the fucking guy and telling him that his weight doesn't matter. It absolutely matters. If I weigh that much and Richard Simmons corners me and says, look, your weight doesn't matter. You just got to love yourself. I'm like, yeah, I fucking know better than that. Don't give me that shit. If I'm a big fat piece of shit and I don't do a goddamn thing about it, I'm going to die young. And I won't get any pussy. So I got to do something. That's the motivator. Cole says, moral of the story, bully fatties. Corey says, production value is trash. Donut Dan says, that was lame. Corey says, yeah, go eat 600 seconds with your cheesecake. Kenny says, I wish Jimmy was involved with this movie so we could see Richard Simmons probably throw dudes off cliffs and shit. That's a good joke. Linda thinking of the same joke, apparently. Patrick says Shore is very effeminate. He will probably do a good job. Then he adds, forget my last comment. Jimmy's movies are way more believable and definitely have better costumes. Corey writes, dude can't see his own dick and is being told his weight doesn't matter. Kyle says, if your plan is to be dead by 40, then your weight does not matter. Moral of the story is, if your fat wasn't going to kill you, no one would bully you. You'd be in a better mood if your fat wasn't going to kill you. But your fat is, in fact, going to kill you. Anybody who says they love being fat is a fucking liar. What a crock of shit. Either way, I am anxious to see what Richard has to say on the Today Show. I had to shut it off because it was showtime. All right. Kyle, from a company that used to advertise on the Eric Zane Show podcast, will be joining us shortly, which reminds me, I got to bang on his door because I think he wasn't he? Weren't you advertising on like the Thrifty Nickel or some bullshit thing like that? I don't even think he's here. And then it kind of, it ran out, and I expect you to be back on this show. I'll put you on the spot. But before we bring him in, I have to share this with you. It is a preview of tonight's Who Are These Free Beers? One of the things I'll be featuring, some new clips, a new sequence of clips that I've been gathering of the most talented member, the most entertaining member on that show. That would be Kelly Cheese. I've said this for now years. She's been on the radio since 2019, I believe. And I have said before that she is the only one that says anything that is compelling or draws any type of interest. There's no one else on that show that has that ability. She should be being paid what the men on that show are being paid. Now, do I like it? Well, I like the things she says, but it's a double-edged sword. She has one of the most grating voices on the planet. So it balances out what she's willing to say about herself, and the funny, funky, hilarious things that come out are kind of like counterbalanced by this uncontrollable voice that it gets really shrieky, and just it's hard to quite encapsulate just by doing an impression. So over time, I have been compiling clips of Kelly to illustrate the boner-wrecking styles of her voice. The ones that I've shared with you in the past. That is the Kelly Cheese laugh ringtone. This one is a clip of just her crispy R's. In case you don't know what a crispy R is like the word cracker to you and I is the word cracker. To Kelly, it's cracker. Crispy cracker.
Cars. Christmas, incredible. New York, come to Oregon, come here. Temperature, algorithms, incredible. For crust, cripple.
That's what's defined as a crispy R. These are just weird type of inflections and screeches and pokes and chirps.
That's so expensive. Yes. And I looked it up. I was like, beer. Remember what, though? Jesus. Haven't seen it. It was a little obnoxious. That's so expensive.
God damn.
Hey.
Well, I've got a new one. Those are all old clips that you've heard before. I have a new screechy, pokey, chirpy supercut to play for you on Who Are These Free Beers this week. Two of the moments in that, they're very short, but these actually happened. These sounds came out of her mouth. That's the first one. Can you imagine if you're having sex with her for the first time and her orgasm is so strong, she blasts that out? You give her the old fucking Carl sling blade treatment on Doyle Hargraves. Oh my God, is right. I hope and pray Brandis is listening. And then this one. I think this is a giggle. This happened. It's a real thing. I'm telling you, man, when you lift those clips out, and just park on them without any other words surrounding them, it's out of this world. Brandis says, I'll be back later. Bob says her jab at Free Beer when he was doing their predictions for the year was great. Do tell, I didn't hear it. Linda says, I'd listen to Nikki's Goats over Kelly. Bulls on Parade 91 says, that's it. She sounds like a damn goat. Ashley says, Jesus. Patrick loves the Doyle Hargrave reference. Rebecca says, please stop. I hate you so much right now. Hate, 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 says Brandis. Yeah, don't hate me. I didn't do it. Amy says, my ears are bleeding. Linda says she has goat blood in her family tree. Tyler says that noise sounds like an owl mating call. Brandis says, I'm back. Can we be done? Of course. Okay, I need to know. What's worse? Is it the oh my God or the weird laugh? Which one makes you wince more? You can vote now. So you have to choose between and I'm telling you, it's more fun when they're isolated. Tyler says, when she says, oh my God, is way more of a boner killer. Yeah, I agree. Devastating. Well, anyway, I've got a full mega supercut that's absolutely astonishing. Okay? Stevie says, she's saying, oh my God, sounds like pelican to me. Like, Pelican! Pelican! Bulls on Parade says it's been a little over a year since I quit listening to them. I might have PTSD from her fucking voice because this is triggering. We need her, oh my God, and Ben saying, oh yeah. Bob says one of his was Hot Wings will get someone pregnant, and without missing a beat, Kelly drops. But the twist is it'll be Freebeer's wife, and the show just stops. That's great. All right. That's it. I'm done. I just want to let you know that will be part of who are these Freebeers? I can't wait to see Ben's reaction. All right, we'll get to Kyle in just a second. First off, thank you to my friends at Impact Power Sports, online at impactpowersportsmi.com. Go to their website, check out the amazing, amazing toys that they sell there. ATVs, UTVs, motorcycles, Yamaha golf carts, Michigan's newest Yamaha golf cart dealer. At Impact Power Sports in beautiful Rockford, Michigan, a fully staffed service department. If you have anything that needs to be repaired, they can take care of it for you at Impact Power Sports. So fantastic of them. So they basically deal fun at Impact Power Sports. Head on in there, grab a bag of popcorn, and check out the selection today. They are right there in Rockford, Michigan. You can't miss them. Exact location at impactpowersportsmi.com. Joe Martinez from A&E Heating and Cooling installed such a powerful furnace into my home that there's been a change. Okay, it so forcefully shoots the heat out. Okay? First of all, the house gets warm very, very fast. Very efficient. And there's a thing where on the side of the house where like excess heat or whatever or emissions comes out of the side of the house and they're very, very warm. Well, those are so much warmer now with the new furnace that those emissions are flying up the side of the house. It's like steam or whatever the fuck. And is melting the snow. So I've got these massive goddamn icicles that I have to break every day because they're so damn heavy. And that never happened before. That, to me, in addition to the house gets warm instantaneously, shows me how much more powerful what Joe Martinez installed into this home. I was like, why is that happening? I went, oh, now I know. Anyway, reach out to Joe when you want a furnace installed. 616-516-8579. Still working hard on the furnace tune-up. You can reach out to Joe and get that done for free. 616-516-8579. It's a deal through DTE Energy where you can get your furnace tuned up for free. Absolutely true. You just schedule. He comes in, tunes it, and leaves. That's it. You give him the account number for your DTE Energy account, and then they pay Joe. How about that? It's awesome. There you go. That is Joe Martinez from A&E Heating and Cooling. Okay, my question is, if the Lions win the Super Bowl, Joe Martinez, do you then, become a fan? Because I just saw a quote by Dan Campbell who said, to the fans, we love you. For the doubters, stay off our train. And I think that means he's got the juice now, and he has the luxury to say, if you're doubting us, don't get on the bandwagon. You can't be this late to the party. So basically, Dan Campbell is saying, go fuck yourself. I'm not saying that. Dan Campbell is. That's what I wonder about Lion haters. They're so far gone that even though they're an absolute winner now, they're still hanging on to the past. My God. I don't understand. All right, let's bring in Kyle from Dumpster Divers, a true Lion fan.
Hey, Zane.
Yo!
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how are you, buddy? Are you in the field today?
Oh, yeah, I'm just out here in the field, just fielding. We got a little demo action going on, so just trying to finish that up.
Yeah, well, sorry to interrupt. Hopefully you can take a break to chat with us today.
Oh, no, we're cool. I'm still driving.
Your opinion on Kelly Stafford.
Oh, okay, wait, time out. Is there some context that I'm supposed to know here, or are you just saying just in general?
So what's going on is she was on the field with her kids.
Uh-huh.
And, there's 4 little kids. And they start booing Kelly Stafford. And then...
did they?
Yeah. And so...
I saw this video that was some dude... I guess I know what you're talking about. Some dude posted... I guess he was in the front row or pretty close. And he was right by Kelly Stafford when she came out. And everybody was cheering. So he was there's just proof that nobody was booing. And I'm I don't really know what the fuck's going on.
Well, the fans were booing Kelly Stafford. And so she goes on her podcast and says, oh, you're not going to believe this. The fans were booing my children. And we're like, the fuck they were. They were booing you, you idiot.
and even though, you know what I mean? It could be they could be booing anybody, you know what I mean? There's how many thousands of people in the arena, you know what I mean? So who knows? Kelly Stafford is not really my cup of tea, you know what I mean?
Yeah. She's annoying as shit, in my opinion. What is your opinion on people who hate on the Lions and says they're the same old Lions and all that other shit?
Nah, fuck that, dude. We won that playoff game, baby. I saw the picture that you posted of when you were watching the game and you had your cute little blanket on your lap and stuff. And
yep.
You were were you overcome with emotion in that second picture? Or what was going on?
I wasn't overcome with emotion. I was stressing because, and I was stressing and I couldn't believe it that that this was actually going to happen.
I know, and the crazy thing is, and I've been telling people this. I can't remember who I was talking to. It could have been you I was talking to, but I was like, yeah, I think the Lions are going to smoke them, and somebody was like, yeah, but Vegas has it at whatever it was, 3-point spread or whatever it was. Yeah, they'll probably only win by 1 or 2, and I was like, nah, we'll smoke them. And then we did. We won by 1, dude. That was I was freaking, dude. I mean, J-Mo stayed up with me pretty much, well, not the whole game, but quite a bit of the game was watching it with me, and I was stressed, man. But then you got to keep it cool because your kid's right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't even know how to react because during the regular season that's one thing, but. I was just waiting for the bottom to fall out of that. I don't know if I can watch any of the upcoming games without, if they're close like that. I mean, I want them to murder. I want them to jail sex a team. I want it to be just a goddamn festival. I can't.
I know. And I know it's I've been thinking about that same thing with the Bucs, because it's okay, we beat them already. And then everyone else is like, yeah, but the Bucks are like much better now. And I'm like, yeah, but like also if you look back at like the injury report, like half of our good people are out. You know what I mean? And we still won. So I don't know, man. I'm hoping that there is a little jail sex going on. You know, a little tickle, a little stroke, and let's do it.
Yeah, the thing about the Bucks is they've got a lot of excellent receivers. They got at least 2 very, very good receivers. Their defense is very strong. Mayfield has become a quarterback again somehow. I mean, that guy was a pile of shit, and all of a sudden he's good again.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I think we're gonna fuck him up. I know I said that last week, but I'm gonna just try to like take that same energy in there because I think we need it. You know what I mean? But yeah, yeah, Baker Mayfield's been doing good or whatever, but I mean, Aiden Hutchinson has hit his fucking streak. I mean, he's got like 2 sacks for like 3 games in a row or some shit like that, and like a bunch of. I think the offensive line can't handle us, dude.
All right. I'll take your word for it. I'll be on my chair with my little football jersey and my blanket and my blankie and my dog. And
yeah, hell yeah, no, that's the same thing for me, dude.
That's me. You gotta do that. I'm going full superstition on this deal. And then if they fuck it up, I'm like, oh god damn it, get off me, dog. Fuck you. Take off the jersey, throw it away. You know?
Oh yeah, you have to. I mean, at that point in the game when the refs were like that. I mean, the infamous. I mean, it's not infamous because we won, but like when the defense clearly jumped outside, and then they were like, "Oh, it was definitely a false start." I had the feeling in the pit of my stomach it was abysmal. You know, I was just like, "Oh no, dude, is this what we got going on?"
Right.
Oh, we fucking.
Uh oh. 3, 2.
Hello?
Yeah, I got you now. You back?
Oh, you got me? All right,
yeah.
Cool. Was that me or you?
I don't know. Doesn't matter. I think it was you, but that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. And then then we started to commit horrible penalties on the Rams. The one guy hit the tight end and like ripped his leg off. He hit him like low. That was horrible. And then the one where Stafford threw the ball, and then like 25 seconds later, the Lions bashed his head into the turf.
Yeah.
And he was all fucked up. I don't know how those weren't flags. I think we got away with some there.
We did. We got away with some shit for sure. And I feel weird because like when I'm on the other side of it, I'm like always pissed. But like then you're on this side of it, you're like you gotta fucking take it, I guess. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been reading about that tackle that hurt the tight end's knee, and I'm like, well, I kind of side with the defense. Like, what are you supposed to do? You know what I mean?
Well, I think you go too low. I think you got to hit him in the thigh, not in the knee. That's what he did. And he tore that guy's ACL. Like, he's not even going to play for the next year. That guy's fucked up.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of millions of dollars. I don't really care.
So, all right. So that's happening. What do you do during snowstorms in the dumpster business? Nothing? Just clean the shop? What the fuck?
No, dude, we're out there, dude. The trucks are, especially when they got dumpsters on them, they're pretty fucking heavy, you know what I mean? So they're not like subject to like sliding the fuck around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But shit does get very, very slow, which is kind of frustrating. Not like the routes just go slow because you're like, oh, you'll be here about then, and then it'll be like a half an hour after. Like, yeah, we just got here. I'm like, oh, damn, So, yeah, but we're just out there slanging them, dude. We don't care. We'll shovel out those dumpsters and drop them off.
All right. Anything going on in your world that you want to address with the audience today?
Oh, fuck. Zane, I have a topic in my head. What was I going to ask you about? Oh, tell me your thoughts on. I mean, I'm still thinking about the Lions game here. Tell me your thoughts on if you saw this part on the TV when after we didn't quite win yet, but we pretty much won, and then they showed Stafford's face on the TV screen, and he was looking up at the scoreboard and realized it was over. Did you see that? Tell me your thoughts on that, dude.
I didn't see it, but are you asking what I thought he was thinking?
No, I just thought maybe you saw it live and you had because when I saw it, I was I felt both bad because I was oh man, he probably feels terrible and fuck, dude, I could win a game for these guys, and here they did. But then also at the same point, I was yeah, dude, that's what you fucking get, dude.
Well, I mean? Yeah, at the end of the day, he is the one who requested the trade. You know, when that all went down, he's the one who said, hey, I would really like you if you would trade me. And so that's what happened. So no, I'm glad he got his ass kicked. It's fucking, you know, I mean, he got his Super Bowl, so it's all, you can't take that away from the guy. It all worked out. I mean, the Lions are winners now. Beat the fucking Rams, a team that he went to. So the football gods are smiling, in my opinion. And Dallas lost. All that bullshit with the Cowboys.
Yeah, dude. Fuck Dallas, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was so great. I was so happy. And then the fans all left early. They were all butthurt. And the coach sucked shit. And they're going to keep the coach around next year. And he's a horrible piece of shit. So it's all good.
It's all good. Yeah, dude. I'm glad the Packers. Okay, tell me what you want the Packers to beat the 49ers, or do you want the 49ers to win? What are you thinking?
I would rather the 49ers win because the Packers are going to kick our ass.
No, dude. I think, yes, they fucking got us on Thanksgiving, but I mean, whatever. Like, that was a.
Dude, I'm telling you, the Packers are hot as fuck. They are. If the Packers beat the 49ers, the Packers are going to win the Super Bowl. Mark my words. Abso-fucking-lutely. What a story that would be. Jordan Love, that piece of shit, starts the year, and then he's horrible, and now he's going to win a Super Bowl. So if the Packers beat the 49ers, they will run the fucking table. You do not want to play the hot Green Bay Packers, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but like at the same point, if they do win, like, we'll be at home.
I know it. They already mauled us once. They're going to rub our nose in shit a second time, and then they're going to go to the Super Bowl, and they're going to gang rape Lamar Jackson. It's going to be incredible.
Yeah, I know, dude. Something's got to go on with those fucking Ravens, dude. I'm sick of the fucking Ravens.
Yeah, they lost last year, but they've been great all year long. So I think it'll be the Ravens. If it's not the Lions, it's going to be the Packers. The Packers are fucking good.
Dude, I don't know. I'm fucking. I guess I go back and forth because I do kind of want to play the 49ers because, like, if we do play the 49ers and we win, then everyone's going to be like, oh man, the Lions are. Then we can fucking bask in the glory.
Well,
if the Packers win, I'm like, we know how to beat them.
I want Purdy to be paralyzed. That fucker, Brock Purdy. He's a piece of shit, and I'm sick and tired of everybody saying, oh, yeah, he was Mr. Irrelevant. Here's the reason he was Mr. Irrelevant is because he's a shitty quarterback. The only reason why he's good is because of the rest of the 49ers team. It's one of those, he's like Trent Dilfer back in the day for the Ravens. So the Lions
That's the perfect fucking analogy.
Yeah, we got to fuck that guy up. So, that's what we'll do. We'll go to San Francisco. He's going to leave in a wheelchair. And then that's the end of that, and Detroit goes to the Super Bowl.
Oh man, dude, can you fucking? I mean, yeah, like obviously, like you had those pictures, like it was quite a great feeling to win win that playoff game. But if we're in the fucking Super Bowl, actually, my father-in-law, he said, he goes, yeah, dude. He goes, if the Packers win and we win and we're gonna play, he's like, I don't care how much it costs. He's like, we're getting tickets. I'm like, hell yeah, dude, get them, dude. I'm not gonna get them, but you can get them. Let's do this thing.
Yep. Rick from TC Paintball writes, home playoff game. We want the Packers to win, so the NFC Championship game goes down in Detroit. Yeah, I get that, but if that happens, they'll lose. You don't want to play the Packers.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I know. It's so fucking. I mean, like, yeah, I've obviously well, not in my whole life, because when I was 2 or whatever, we won a playoff game. But I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to feel, dude. I'm just full of excitement.
I like the opportunity of if the 49ers win, then we go to San Francisco and we break their hearts so that the crowd gets real quiet. And all of a sudden you're hearing "Let's Go Lions" chants inside of that place. Oh, my God. It would be spectacular. Fuck
Dude,
that.
You know it would happen. I mean, it's happened all fucking years. Somehow we got some Lions fans who are pretty fucking loaded, and they're just traveling everywhere.
I know it. It's because they all sell drugs. They're all drug dealers. These Detroit drug dealers are worth millions of dollars. They go to the Lions games. They root on the Lions. There's 50,000 Lions fans there. It's incredible.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I know, dude. I'm so fucking pumped, dude.
All right. Well, be safe today. Tell everybody I said hi and good luck in your demo work.
Wait, hold on, Eric. I remember the topic I was going to tell you. Do you got time or no?
Please go ahead.
So check fucking this out, Eric. Zane. If you if you're looking for content, I would join like any fucking informed group, on Facebook, like Grand Rapids Informed or whatever Informed, because you get some fucking crazy ass people on there who post like some crazy shit like anonymously. So get this. I'm guessing it was a chick based on like the content of what she was saying, but she was like, "Hey, I know like the west side of Michigan is like pretty conservative and not as advanced as the east side," and like was like talking up the east side, like and saying like the west side sucks. And then she goes, "But I need help. Like I'm wondering where you can go to get like something to do with like pregnancy or like some junk or like I don't know I can't remember what she was saying, but anyway, it's like the whole post is like, listen, like you guys are all fucking scumbags and shit over here, and like you're all pieces of shit, but like I kind of need your help." So I got triggered, Eric Zane. I left a comment and I was like, just like imagine like calling a bunch of people scumbags and then asking them for help. It was a fucking crazy. You can it's probably still on Grand Rapids Informed. If you look it up, you'll be laughing your fucking ass off, dude.
All right, it's worth it. It's worth the trip over there to check out Grand Rapids Informed on Facebook. That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, baby.
All right, good luck this weekend. Go Lions, and I will talk to you soon.
All right, love you guys. Deuces.
There you go. Kyle from company formerly known as one that advertised on the show. Sorry, that came out weird. So much fun. Yeah, fuck the Packers. They'll come in here and beat the shit out of us. Break our hearts. No. Gotta go on the road. All right? 2 home games is all you get. Win this one, and then we'll worry about the next one. Kyle. Kenny, I should say, with the quote, "So check fucking this out, Eric Zane." End quote. Tyler says, "I do not want to see Green Bay in the NFC Championship." Patrick says, "The Lions will destroy the Bucks. The 49ers are a different story." Disagree. Corey says, "To be fair, he was on the Browns before Baker Mayfield. The Browns make everyone bad." That's true. I think he might have also had a year in Carolina, too. I don't know why. I think I remember that. Couldn't have been that great. All right. Still plenty of show left, but your old pal EZ needs to go tinkle. Stand by. One of the superintendents for the local schools got in a shit ton of trouble because he did not cancel school. I remember when I was on the radio, the superintendent of my kid's school, Jenison Public Schools, Tom Tenbrink, great man, still around today, did a lot to improve the schools, especially for the arts in Jenison. Was able to present and get several millages passed to allow them to have this fantastic setup for theater kids, and the band and the orchestra and the choir and the marching band, and then built a new football stadium and all this shit. The guy is just fucking great. They have a Brandon Graham has been the superintendent for some time since. I digress. But I bring that up because when the kids would call me, they go to the schools at the time, school age at the time, Jim and Jack. "Dad, we got school going on. Oh my God, it's so upset." So then I would go on the radio and refer to him as Frozen Toes Tenbrink and say, "Come on, Tenbrink, call it. The kids want to stay home." And he would hear that shit. He's like, "God damn it." And then people would reach out to him. "Eric Zane's calling you Frozen Toes Tenbrink again." So for years, I would torment this guy. That was very satisfying to me because when I was a kid growing up, I'd always want the fucker to cancel school at whatever school that I went to at the time, City of Warren. So now I'm like, I am the captain. I'm like, "Hey, come on, cancel it." I'm giving the guy a hard time, and I see him at like the basketball game or the football game. He goes, "God damn it, just shut up. Every time you do that, I hear about it." I'm like, fuck you, cancel it. It's awesome. So this guy, this school superintendent from one of the area schools, Allendale. Now, you got to understand, Allendale kids are hardy kids. These are not like snowflakes, you know. This is a bunch of farmer kids. All right. Basically, the graduation rate in Allendale is 0. They all like quit in 10th grade, but they can, rewire your house. This is where all of the state's still skilled trades come from, is Allendale, Michigan. Most kids leave school at like 5th grade. It's snowy and shitty on Tuesday. Monday was King holiday. Tuesday, ton of snow. And everybody's canceling school. Allendale did not. The guy's like, fuck you, go to school. It was shitty, though. So now he had to apologize. And I'm like, oh, what is the world coming to when the superintendent of this shitty school district of these hillbilly kids has to apologize for not calling school? Bob writes, the high school parking lot is half full of tractors. Exactly. We knew there were some rough conditions. However, knowing that we have to deal with rough roads every year in Michigan, we thought we could safely open school, wrote superintendent. His name is Garth. The superintendent of this Hilljack school district is Garth Cooper. Superintendent Garth thought it would be fine. He wrote in a letter to parents and guardians. Unfortunately, after we made the decision to hold school, the conditions only continue to worsen. In hindsight, I obviously wish I had decided to call a snow day today. I mean, not everybody.
Breaking news!
Can be like Lusk.
And Lusk calls the snow day! Lusk just called a snow day! Oh my goodness! Woo! No school for me tomorrow! Breaking news! Oh, I've never seen that before! Lusk just called a snow day!
The district faced communication issues throughout the day. Garth Cooper said some students were left in the cold as the transportation department struggled to inform parents that buses were running late, and the district failed to communicate that the middle and high school would be releasing students 10 minutes early. It's all a fucking clusterfuck. So I don't know what the world is coming to. If in Allendale schools, if Superintendent Garth has to address this with them, he should simply say, fuck off. That's what he should say. Don't apologize, you asshole. Who gives a shit? They're Allendale kids. No one even cares about them. This has been a tough year for making the right call, the superintendent wrote. But I assure you the student safety and staff safety are very important, and so the decision to have school or not is always given serious consideration. Hopefully, we will not have another day like Tuesday. We will be doing the Hanging the Dr. Fauci in Effigy rally as scheduled. With poor road conditions and cold temperatures, Allendale Public Schools decided to cancel school for Wednesday. Instead, we will be having a MAGA rally. My daughter doesn't like to miss school, but I was disappointed because of her standing out at the bus stop for so long. Some mom told News 8. All right. Whatever. Kenny says that this guy
Breaking news!
needs to have sex with Kelly Cheese. I don't know about that.
Breaking news! Breaking news!
That sounds terrible.
Woo! No school for me tomorrow! Breaking news! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
All right. So anyway, that guy's getting called out on the carpet by the hillbillies. What a bummer. Come on, man. No big deal. The second you give in and start to apologize, I mean, what you're supposed to do is dig your heels in and say, fuck you. All right? Can you imagine if, when you were growing up, I mean, if you're old like me, the superintendent decides he's not going to call school, and then, you're sitting there, you're sound asleep, at least I was. First thing I would do is I'd wake up at time to get up for school, and I have a transistor radio. The only way to find out if school is canceled is by turning on WJR, AM 760. All right? And every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, they would go through the alphabetized list. So they start Anchor Bay. They're going through them all. Roseville. Fraser Schools, Sterling Heights. They go through all the, and then W is Warren. So this takes an amount of time, though, to go through all those schools and get to Warren. And then I'm falling asleep. I miss it. Next thing I know, they're on the A's again. I wake up oh, God damn it, I missed it. I have to sit through the whole goddamn thing. And then when they skip Warren Con, I'm oh, fuck me. Can you imagine if people bitched to the superintendent and the superintendent had to go on the TV news and release a press release saying, I'm sorry, I canceled school? If my mom or dad called the school to bitch about school not being canceled, he would say, go fuck yourself and hang up the phone. God damn it. And if you're a parent too, when they cancel school, you don't want that. Because unless if you're with the kids, okay, if you live at home or if you work from home or you don't even have a job, maybe one parent works, the other doesn't. You don't want schools canceled because then your asshole kid is home. And God forbid if that happens. I mean, seriously. Or you have to get somebody to watch a stupid kid while you go to work. And that's a pain in the ass. So, no, don't apologize because you canceled school. Put your fucking foot down. Everybody's all butthurt because you canceled the school. They shouldn't be. Ladies and gentlemen, Arnold Schwarzenegger is in the news. And before I get to the story, this is the picture that they post of Arnold, the Terminator now. He's riding a fat tire bike with shorts and nylon-style compression socks that go all the way up to his knees, a white beard, yet dark brown hair. It's a little cool out, so he's got a jacket on. My God. It's the socks that fucking complete the ensemble of just what a horrible look that is. I understand maybe you wear those socks, the compression socks, because of health concerns. Maybe you need that for circulation. I get it, but for fuck's sake, don't be seen out in public with that. You look like shit. Well, anyway, he flew into Germany, and he had a luxury watch on him in his luggage. The thing's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And who knew, if you have a watch and you fly into Berlin, a watch that's worth like a ton of money, I guess you're in deep shit. I did not know this. He lands in Germany, and he did not declare a luxury watch in his possession. I don't know this type of law, but I guess if you have that type of item and you fly into Germany, they want, if you don't declare it, that means you're not paying some type of fee. Is there like a tax to bring that type of shit into the country? Well, anyway, it's a big deal. So authorities at the Munich airport detained him. He's 76 years old. I mean, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know who the fuck it is. You would think that if you're Arnold Schwarzenegger, one of the biggest stars ever, and you fly into Germany, he's from Austria, right? So that's like Germany, right? And that they would like, okay, well, it's Arnold. Come on, give him a break. But no, they didn't at all. They totally did the Gestapo treatment on him. They went through his luggage, and they found an Audemars Piguet wristwatch. The Acton legend is said to have told authorities he intended to auction off the custom-made watch at an event this weekend. A representative for the customs office in Munich was quoted as telling the newspaper, "We have initiated criminal tax proceedings. The watch should have been registered because it is an airport." Holy fucking shit. I had no idea that was something that you had to do. Well, you know, I have, when we used to drive to Canada to go to the titty bars and drink, we would get that question. Are you declaring anything? We're like, we didn't even know what the fuck that meant. I don't know. Our boners have no idea. So Arnold may be in trouble. Good luck to him. Corey says Austria is like Ukraine is to Russia. Tyler says Germany takes watches very seriously. There's a kid who just won a First Amendment lawsuit. He went into the school in Tennessee. I'm not sure what community of Tennessee. And his dad is a street preacher who tells gay people that they're going to hell. So he's brainwashed the kid for the same ideology. And the kid shows up wearing a shirt that says, homosexuality is a sin. And then it has the Bible verse, 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9 through 10. And the school said, yeah, you can't wear that here. So they made him take the shirt off. And they sued. And, well, they won. Of course they won. I don't even know why schools try to do this, you know? Unless if the shirt says, go fuck yourself. That wouldn't fly. But, you know, attacking homosexuals is okay. I mean, it literally is okay to go to school with that shirt. And they have the U.S. Constitution to thank for that. So, I don't know. If I was the principal, if I was the educator at that school, knowing full well that I'm going to get sued, I would like let him. And, you know, I would put it in the morning announcements that little Joey hates all you gays. So make sure you let him know in the hallway what you think about him. Little Joey, whose dad is one of these asshole Tennessee street preachers, is a bigot. Make sure that all of you gays let little Joey know what you think about his fucking asshole shirt. But no, the school followed through, and now you're in trouble. The kid for the lawsuit won $100. And you might be like, what the fuck? Well, that's what these fucking Jesus freaks do. When you have a First Amendment lawsuit like this, typically the cash amount is just ceremonial. They're just trying to prove a point and remind people that, hey, the Constitution is not disputable. It's not up for negotiation. And that's correct. It shouldn't be. The board agreed to pay Brielle Penkoski, a student who graduated from Livingston Academy Public High School, $100. Additionally, the board will cover all attorney fees and other costs related to the litigation. Penkoski's father is street preacher Rich Penkoski. Penkoski expressed a sense of vindication with the settlement. He clarified that civil rights lawsuits don't typically result in substantial payments, often just a nominal amount such as $1. A lot of people don't understand this, but when it comes to civil rights lawsuits, there's this perception that somehow we get paid lots of money for these things. Well, it's not true. Most of the times, it's just $1. Brielle did get the $100, which is way more than we thought she was going to get out of this anyway, mentioned Dad, street preacher. He also highlighted that as part of the resolution, teachers from the 2020 incident were instructed to undergo First Amendment training courses. All right. Now, I heard this, believe it or not, from my young niece. She said, Uncle Eric, did you know that in various points in history, the word homosexuality was added to the Bible? It wasn't in the Bible initially. It was added in to, well, what for whatever reason, to further whatever agenda or belief system in the culture that happened to be going on at the time, adding words to the Bible. And this exact passage is an example of that. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9 through 10 says, according to what you would see now, says, quote, or do you know that the unrighteous will not inherit the kingdom of God? Do not be deceived, nor the sexually immoral, nor idolaters, nor adulterous, nor men who practice homosexuality. That word was added. So you'll see it, and stupid people see it, and they're like, oh, God, you see it says right there, God hates Fs, according to the Westboro Baptist Church. Not true. I was reading an article published in United Methodist Insight, reprinted from a publication called The Forge Online, that tells a very, very different tale. The author sat down with many very, very old versions of the Bible, 500, 600, 700 years old versions of the Bible. And he learned, without getting too much into the details, I don't want to hot wings out on you, that particular verse was about men having sex with boys in a pedophilic way. Doesn't say anything about homosexuality. The translation was modified in, believe it or not, in a German translation in 1983. Not that long ago. The Bible is not anti-gay. It has been corrupted. It's a great article. But I don't want to sit here and read it to you. I just recommend that you take a look at it. I'll include it in the show notes so you can see for yourself. There you go. All right. Chris says, fucking Germans. Yeah. They detain Arnold Schwarzenegger over a watch. They kill Jews. And they fuck up the Bible and ruin it for homosexuals everywhere. The Bible has been changed many times. It's not the word of God. It's absolutely been corrupted. Kent adds the line, it's not anti-gay, it's just anti-Catholic priest. God. Kenny adds, God hates no one. God created us. He doesn't hate us. Westboro cult is spreading hate. Kenny, you're right. You're absolutely right. All right. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for the world-famous asshole of the day. Before we get to that, though, I want to mention about my friends at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, 616-532-6600, an amazing place to get your cars maintained. Even if it's as simple as an oil change, they can help you. ervines.com, right in the center of Grand Rapids, Michigan. You have a team to help you if you need anything done to your vehicles. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, 616-532-6600 today. Frank Fuss is my insurance specialist on this show. Licensed independent insurance agent / broker, wants to work with you to help you through every step of Obamacare. If you are between jobs, unemployed, or your employer does not offer insurance, you need to check into this. You too can get into an insurance policy for a lot less than what you think. All right. I thought I had it all figured out and tried to get in on Obamacare myself. That was a mistake. It's very, very confusing if you do it on your own. Don't do that. Have Frank do it for you. And the best part is, Frank is free. Frank gets paid by insurance companies. Don't be shocked when you hear that part. He actually gets that. What? How could this be? Click. I'm not falling for this. No, it's true. Frank's services do not cost you a dime. Please mention EZ when you reach out to him. The best way to reach out to him is to go to his website, buyinsurancehere.com. That's buyinsurancehere.com. Yesterday's asshole of the day was Joe Martinez for being a dickhead about the Lions. Today's easy. Kelly Stafford, shut the fuck up. She is your asshole of the day. And she named her kids boy names like Frank and Tony, whatever the fuck. Congratulations. She is.
And then, yeah.
Your asshole of the day. Thank you, Ben. I don't know why Ben was here. Jimmy writes, is Bet on Ben happening tonight? Today is a Big Fraud Thursday. We will do Who Are These Free Beers and the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. I'll talk to you then. Sign up for free at patreon.com/Eric Zane. Till then, folks, have a good one. Bye-bye.